Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for another one of those weekly trophy list updates. Today's date is Monday, June 26th, 2023. So this will have covered the week of June the 19th through the 25th of 2023. Anyway, this was a somewhat productive week overall. I earned a couple platinums. I've been able to play a little bit more. Also been working quite a bit on editing the Fallout 3 video. Right now, it looks like it might be out by the end of this week, and it's going to be like 45 minutes long, so that's fun. That actually is fun. That's been a pretty fun one to edit, looking back through all of that, even though it's a lot of content to get through. But anyway, in this past week, I didn't get any trophies in the Division 2, but I've started playing some missions on, like, normal. I haven't gotten the chance to play any of them on hard yet, but I'm going to probably start on that this week. I've attempted this one once or twice, but I need to look into, like, wherever the best place to do it is and maybe watch a video just to see exactly how to do it. This one, I'm just going to need to look up probably a guide for because I'm not exactly sure how to do it. Then, let's see. That one, I've got a group together, hopefully, or at least, like, one other person that should be able to do those couple of multiplayer trophies, except for the photograph one. I'll get to that in a moment. This one, I've gotten the kill with the crossbow, of course, and I've gotten the kill with the sniper rifle. I just haven't done the grenade launcher yet, been kind of lazy about that, so should be able to knock that one out pretty soon. Then, of course, there's the photo mode trophy, and crafting an exotic, which is going to require me to, actually get the blueprints for one, so I need to figure out exactly how to do that. And then this one, I'm pretty close. I think there's only a few more things I have to invest in on my main class. And then, of course, that's another multiplayer trophy. So multiplayer trophies and all are to be expected. But I actually did finish the whole Black Tusk, storyline of the game. I mean, there's still a few main missions listed that I haven't quite finished yet, but for now, the raids are at least unlocked, so I can actually technically do this one whenever I'm ready for it. So again, this first one doesn't seem horrible, it's just the second one that's definitely going to be the harder one. Then I do have these missions available, so there's I think that this is two different missions, possibly. Like, this one is one mission, and this one has to do with the, ultimate, I guess you could call him an ultimate villain. This one, I think, is both from just, a single mission, or it might be two total missions. It might only be one mission, though. This one, I'm not sure if this one is available or not yet, but I think they're both from the same mission as well, so each of these should take, an hour for the DLCs. And then soon I'll be able to get started officially on Warlords of New York, which has, 6 story trophies, I believe, and then just a few other miscellaneous ones. So, yeah, making progress on the Division 2. It's coming along very slowly, but it is. The main game that I platinumed this week was Letterboxd by POWGI. I did both the North American PS4 and North American PS5 versions of the game. So, with this game, it can be done in under an hour. It can be done in about 45 minutes, to be specific. And to get the Platinum Trophy, this is a very easy game. Basically, you're going to be given, a grid. It's like a 5x5 grid, and the top row and the bottom row and the left and the right side are filled in with letters, and you have to take 9 other letters that you're given and put them into the puzzle in the correct places to make everything be a word. That's the best way to describe it. So you get a trophy for finishing your very first puzzle, which is simple enough. This is one of those games where you have to solve every single puzzle, and the times on this, the times are correct, just I solved all but one puzzle in both the PS4 and the PS5 version, and then just recorded the videos together just because that was a little bit easier for me to do it that way. It was a little more convenient. But the game takes about 45 minutes if you're following a guide. PowerPix has good guides for all of these games, pretty much. I guess they've got someone on their team that really likes the POWGI games. So you have to solve any puzzle without placing an incorrect letter. You should get this on, the very first puzzle as long as you're following a guide. You're going to need to use Fix to remove incorrect letters, 5 at once. So basically, find on any puzzle, just put in all the letters wrong and then use the Fix command to remove them, and you'll get both these trophies at the same time. Solve a puzzle in less than 60 seconds. They usually only take about 20 seconds. Just as long as you're following a guide, it won't be a problem. For this one, just wait around a full minute before putting something or putting in any sort of input on a puzzle, and you'll get this trophy. And then, as usual, you have to use an inappropriate word on any puzzle. I want to say this one's best done on puzzle 14 this time. It's a 5-letter word that starts with P and ends with S, and you are more than welcome to guess exactly what that is. I'm sure it's not too difficult to guess. And then all the other trophies this time are just from solving specific puzzles. So certain puzzles are going to have these different words in them. But you're going to get all of these along the way because, again, this is one of the rare POWGI games where you have to solve every single puzzle in the game. So nothing difficult here as long as you follow a guide. Each version took me about 45 minutes, so they were both pretty quick and easy. There's not really much more else to say about it. I like the POWGI games. I've said that before. I really don't mind these games. They can be kind of relaxing, fun to sort of chill out to and not have to, just tune out the rest of the world. Just look at a guide and slowly work your way through them. In the case of some of the longer ones, you could just solve some of the puzzles one day and then just casually come back to it the next day and solve a few more, sort of like what I was doing with Power Wash Simulator. And then the other game I was working on this week is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 for the PS5. So this game has been an interesting experience, to say the least. I have some qualms about veteran difficulty so far, mainly the fact that it's like Modern Warfare 2019, where both you and generally the enemies die in like 1 or 2 hits, which wouldn't be as much of a problem, except that this game likes to throw in tons of armored enemies throughout it for seemingly no reason. And that makes it so that you can't really one-shot enemies as much like you could in the previous game, and therefore it makes Veteran much more frustrating. Sometimes the game is good about checkpoints, sometimes it's really not. So Veteran has been a bit frustrating so far on several of the missions. I think I finished 13 of the missions out of like 17 that are available. So the next time I stream the game, I should be able to finish the Veteran playthrough. But as for trophies so far, this is the very first trophy I got. It's fairly easy. It's in a short mission right at the beginning of the game. Just, headshot 3 enemies while you're underwater. It's pretty easy to get away from them too. Haven't even done this mission yet. I don't think I've done this mission yet. Yeah, I don't think I have. Alone, this was like the last mission I finished. This one was pretty annoying because it's a very long mission. It's the one where you're given the ability to craft stuff and it turns into like a weird Last of Us type clone. It makes no sense. This game makes no sense at times. It has a mission like that. It has a mission where you have to jump between different vehicles and actually drive them along the road. It's a weird experience at times. It's really goofy. I've said that numerous times. It's just a goofy game so far. This one is fairly straightforward. It just has to all be done I don't think it all has to be done necessarily in one life, but you pretty much don't get any checkpoints there. So basically done in one life, but there's like 6 different vehicles you can drive and you just have to drive 5 different ones. It's not too difficult. This one, I finished the mission. This one shouldn't be that hard if I just look at a guide for it and do it on Recruit. So I don't think that's going to be much of a problem. This one, I don't see being doable unless you're playing it on Recruit just because the enemies kill you so quickly. It doesn't seem too complicated, but it is, one that's going to probably have to be done on Recruit. This one is in that violence and timing mission, and there's basically no way to do it on Veteran, so that one's going to be cleaned up on Recruit. The safes are in, I think, missions 11 and 14. Like, there's 1 in 11 and 2 in 14. And as long as you just look at a guide for what the codes are, they won't be a problem. I'm not sure how you're supposed to figure out the codes. But I did that one on Veteran because it wasn't much of a problem. This one, I haven't even seen a Riot Shield available in the game yet. So I don't know when that's going to happen. This one I did on that wet work mission, I think. Yeah, was that what it was called? Wet work? Yep. So I did that one on that mission. There's a part in the game in that particular mission where you're going to go down into like a boat and you get a flashbang right before you go through the door and there's 3 enemies in there. So it's a very, very easy place to get it. Plus you get a checkpoint right then, so no problems there. I don't think I've gotten onto this mission yet. I don't know what mission this is on, because it's, of course, not mentioned. This one I was able to knock out on Saturday night. You just have to reach the barge without being seen. It's fairly easy on Recruit. because you can just sneak behind the enemies, you can throw throwing knives at them, you can single headshot them with different guns. It's not too terribly difficult. The CCTV, this one, I don't know what this one is. There was one time where I was like using a controller for missiles, but I don't think that's what this was for. This one, Prison Break, is the next mission I have to do, so I might be able to get this one, but it looks like I have to use all three of those weapons, so we'll see if I can get that one in that mission. I wonder if that means that we're going to be able to like craft Molotovs again, or if we just have to, find them in the level. I guess I'll see. Then you, of course, have to complete the campaign and complete it on Veteran. You don't have access to Realism from the start. I was able to knock this one out as well, Recon by Fire. I don't remember which mission this was, but I got through it without triggering the alarm. Oh, it's the sniper mission, that's right. That actually, it wasn't too hard, it just took a really, really long time to do. Then we have these Spec Ops trophies, and there's 6 total, so you have to get 3 stars in each of these 3 different Spec Ops missions, which has to do with finishing them in a certain amount of time. This looks like it's going to be the hardest of the Spec Ops trophies, getting through this particular mission without triggering any alarms. And I was able to get 1 star. I got it in the Denied Area mission. I actually got 2 stars. I missed out on it by a few minutes, but I wasn't specifically going for the 3 stars. Now, this one wasn't shown in the streams. I did this one on my own because I was just trying to knock out at least one of these on my own and just see what would happen. I'm probably just going to have to find like a boosting partner on PSN Profiles. It's not even boosting, just a partner that has some idea of how to play this and just knock it out with them and just be able to do all these. Because the Intel one, that one's going to be tough to do with randoms just because they're not really going to want to... They're probably not going to want to just screw around and wait. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the progress made so far. I will do the PS4 version at some point once I finish the PS5 version, but I don't know how long in the future that's going to be because, again, this hasn't been the most fun experience so far. I was hoping it was going to be more fun than it has been so far. So, let's go ahead and sync up our trophies. Okay, that took way longer to sync than it normally does. Level 831, 68%, 26,139 total trophies, 726 platinums, 4,753 gold, 6,952 silvers, 13,708 bronzes. So, plans for the upcoming week. Well, currently the plans for the rest of this week, and I guess with the rest of June, is The Division 2 and Modern Warfare 2 are the 2 main games, as well as Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, if I have the time to finally, get started on it. I've just been busy with editing and still being really tired some nights. I will say there is some good news with my health in that I was able to go to the doctor this past week, and they did like blood work, urinalysis, x-rays, and everything, and thankfully there's nothing like majorly wrong, so most of my like biomarkers and everything were in the good ranges. The main thing is I just need to lose weight, which anyone could have told you that one. So as long as that happens, I will hopefully be feeling better and better as time goes on. I'm also at, day this goes up, it'll be 19 days sobriety. So again, that'll be the longest time since probably like junior year of college. So yeah, I'm definitely proud of that. Going on 3 weeks with that. Definitely proud about that. And it feels weird doing those streams just hopped up on caffeine because I drink like 2 to 3 cups of coffee at the start of it. And I have the energy for a while and then it goes away by the end. It's weird, and then I just sleep really weird afterward. But yeah, so those are the plans for the games that I want to play this week. However, I will say that this week is also going to be a bit of a weirder one because I'm planning to go home for the 4th of July. Work hasn't really been busy right now at this time of year because, there's not really as many people getting sick this time of year. But anyway, with that, I am going home this coming weekend. I don't know if I'm going to leave on Friday after work or if I'm going to hang around and leave on Saturday. So depending on that will depend on if there's any streams toward the end of the week. I'll try to still stream a little bit of Modern Warfare 2 one day this week. Probably it'll be, if it's not on Friday, it would probably be Thursday, but we'll have to see about all that. So I do want to stream that at least once and make a little bit of progress on it. I do have a Gamefly game that's supposed to be a fairly short platinum that I've been holding on to for like the last month and been too lazy to put into the console and start playing, so maybe I'll try to do that one this coming week along with maybe starting the Nickelodeon games, and if I can do anything on The Division 2 or on Modern Warfare 2's Spec Ops stuff. we will see about all of that and see what I have the time for. Of course, I'm also still working on the Fallout 3 video. I think it's going to be about 45 minutes long in the end, so I'm at 30-something minutes into it. I think it's going to be, another 10 to 12 minutes or so of content to edit down, but it's going well so far, so hopefully that one will be up toward the end of the week, but we will have to see. And then for July, of course, you've got GTA 5 if I decide to go back to it, Shadow of the Colossus, COD Classic, this other version of Modern Warfare, the other version of Resident Evil 4, Outer Worlds, etc., etc. We'll see if I end up getting the chance to start any of those. I don't know if I will, but we will see. So anyway, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, ring the bell if you haven't already. Again, the schedule for this week is a little bit up in the air as to what day I decide to go home. It'll be either Friday or Saturday, like I said, so hopefully I will get in at least one stream later this week, though, of Modern Warfare, just to make some more progress in that game. Or it could even be Division 2, but it'll probably be Modern Warfare, and I just got to get, boosting partners for, or just even partners for a few of these games. So, yeah, that should be it for this week's update. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all later this week for some more content. And I will also say that next week's trophy update, it's possible it could be delayed until Tuesday, depending on how the internet is deciding to work at home, so we'll have to see about that. But I will bring my recording gear with me and all in case I manage to do anything. So, I will see you guys later this week for some more content.